Squabble Up has the third best odds according to FanDuel. Humble at plus 115, Not Like Us plus 210.
That is not going to be
Then
that.
King Kunta and Squabble Up. I think it'll be Humble.
That's what I was going to say. I think Humble.
Because I do think you have the chords to begin the song once the lights are all out and then the lights come on and he goes.
Be humble.
This will be a good halftime show if you are a fan of Kendrick Lamar. And I think just a fan of good music.
Who that thinking that he fronting? No.
And there's probably a lot of songs out there that you don't know that are Kendrick's. He's also going to have to clean up Not Like Us.
Yeah. I was with Tito last night, and he said he never heard Not Like Us. I said, trust me.
Oh, buddy.
You've heard
I'm
the
sure he
song.
has. He's got kids.
You heard that song.
Because it was Apple Music, I think, that produces these halftime shows, or at least is going to produce Super Bowl 59 halftime show. And I want to say in the interview, they gave him artistic freedom. But I think we had this conversation before the show that it should be about Kendrick and the celebration that is the Super Bowl.
He will clean up.
Less anybody else outside of people that might join him on stage, which could be a Lil Wayne or...
Lil Wayne is not.
I think the Birdman comes out. He's from New Orleans.
Lil Wayne is out of the country.
You've heard of a private jet?
Well, he's
Can
not.
pop one on one of those and
He's not.
Lil Wayne. It's a dome, so you can't parachute in.
Lil Wayne
But
is
who
in
could get Lil Wayne to parachute?
He's in a
Best show all
conundrum
time.
with this because the biggest song of the year is about his artist.
Yeah.
So, like, how would it look him getting on stage with Kendrick Lamar that's dissing his main artist? Like that, you can't do that.
I agree you can't. I want it to happen.
It's not going to happen.
All right, well.
I mean, Drake has to drop like the greatest album of all time after this, right?
It's
Drake-
very hard to because that song, Not Like Us, is incredible.
Well, Drake said that he's going to do a solo album by himself. He said it won't. I don't know if it's coming out this year or next year, but he said he's got an album that he's going to do, and it's just him. So he's on some J. Cole stuff where it's no
I don't
features.
hate that.
Great.
Well, I'm a big fan of J.
I'm not
Cole.
a Drake fan, so. Oh, J. Cole's going to be part of this, you're saying?
No.
Okay.
J. Cole is famous for not having people on his album. He just does the album by himself.
Uh-huh.
So Drake is going to do that, which is, in today's society, it's not likely a lot of people do.
Myles Garrett had a very much I'll do it myself approach.
Yes, he did.
To Super Bowl Media Week as he was talking to everybody that would listen. I was off on Monday. I just took a day. And
at you.
at 11 o'clock, I mean, Monday was Sunday and Monday were rough for sports in the Buckeye State. You had Kirill Marchenko getting hit with a puck while sitting on the damn bench Sunday in Dallas. So he gets his jaw plated shut. I think they didn't wire it shut. They're hoping, and this is from Aaron Portzline of The Athletic, that they're hoping for a quicker timetable to return to ice because of how exactly his jaw was fixed. Which to me it's bonkers because like 2 nights before that, James Van Riemsdyk had like teeth go missing in his mouth. He got it stitched up, went back to play.
That happens all the time.
It's incredible to me how tough these hockey players are.
I
It
know.
will never not amaze me. I don't know if tough's the right word. Insane might be the better one.
They literally lose their teeth all the time.
And then just continue to skate.
I know it has to be open for like line changes and stuff like that, but I've always wondered like what happens when a puck just comes, because a puck can come flying in right there and like, do it exactly what happened.
So that happens. Then Myles Garrett at about 11 o'clock, the trade demand comes through on his Instagram. Like he just put it out there that I'm requesting a trade from the Cleveland Browns.
Which we all knew was coming.
And good for him for doing it. When did you know that he was done?
When he talked after the last
We did
game
a
of the
Saturday
season,
Spectacular.
I said that he is gone.
And he had said that he wanted to have a discussion with the Browns and he wanted them to present to him their vision for the future.
And I was like, there's no
future
There's no vision that you can
that would get you to win now.
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh, it's done. If that's the case, it's done.
I'm glad it's someone of note to tell the Browns that, hey, you're bozos. I want no part of this organization moving forward. They chose 1 over 52, and it came back to bite them. And the best thing now is you don't have to. The thing that bugged me about Andrew Berry and him telling a reporter, you can put that on the record when being asked, if somebody came to you with 2 1s and a 2, would you trade Myles Garrett? He says, no, and you can put that on the record. Like, you don't need to be saying that. If someone throws you a hypothetical trade situation to a guy that they had to know that this was going to come out. Mm-hmm. That this trade demand was going to come out, that you were going to have to move Myles Garrett. You don't say anything like that because that can be put on your tombstone. You say, we're not interested in trading Miles at this point. We will look to improve this team any way we can.
I'm shocked that the kings of PR botched that.
Dripping with sarcasm was that comment.
No, I think that you have to look at the Browns as you went out on a limb to try to do something. You went all in. You mortgaged your future, and you missed. And these are the consequences of that miss.
Correct.
There's you pride yourself on being able to maneuver the cap and do all these things. Well, that the Deshaun Watson piece is something that you can't maneuver. And even if you trade Miles, you still got to do other things. You got to restructure other deals and cut Jack Conklin and all these other things just to make that work. So you really handcuffed yourself in this situation to where you really do have to look at the reset. Now, the Browns probably will not try to trade Myles Garrett, but I think my thing is this, and I've said this, and I'll continue to say this. I don't think the Browns care too much about the next 3 seasons. I don't. That's my personal opinion. I think the Dome opens in 29. I think in 28 now, we got to make the playoffs.
We're trying to sell those season ticket packages to the new Brook Park Dome.
28, we got to have this city on fire, ready to roll, be excited about the Dome. What player on the roster currently that's a star is going to be here in 29? Maybe Jerry Jeudy?
Maybe. I think Jameis Winston will still be trying to prove he's one of the 32 best in the world at that point.
Whoever they draft this year?
I mean, yes, the people, but I'm saying, like, from now.
On the current roster now, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
From now moving forward, anybody they draft now and move forward, and Mike Hall, hopefully. That.
Maybe.
And Zach Zinter, yes. But outside of that,
there might be 3 or 4. There might be the 2 you mentioned, maybe Jerry Jeudy. No, I'm going to say it's Mike Hall, Zach Zinter are the only 2 members of this Browns organization, top to bottom, that walk into that Brook Park Dome.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think of somebody.
The Browns have the 2nd overall pick, and trading Myles Garrett, if you can get a 1 in this draft, would make it easier to just try to turn this thing around, because that's what you need. You need a rebuild. So picks in exchange for Myles Garrett, you can sign and trade him. You can make him the highest paid defensive player in the league or the highest paid non-ball thrower in the league, and you can trade that contract and you can be done with it. And you acquire picks and use those to try to make this team a competitor in 2 years.
I wouldn't take the picks for this year. I take the picks for next year.
Take them when you get them.
You are not. If they're gonna give me 2 1s or a 1 for next year, give me that.
Okay.
That's why
you got to address the quarterback, and
I wouldn't even this year. I would take if I trade Myles Garrett, I wouldn't take Shedeur at 2. I would take Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter at 2, and then I'd take Jackson Dart or somebody in the 2nd.
There's been a lot of smoke about Abdul Carter at 2.
I'd take him, especially if I'm trading Myles Garrett.
You do need for the Browns to upgrade the quarterback position with a free agent in the offseason. So I think if they're able to navigate that better before the draft, that makes that spot at 2 easier to pick best player available.
The reason I would take Jackson Dart in the 2nd round or a quarterback in the 2nd round is because everybody, to all reports, all these quarterbacks aren't that great anyways. So why waste? I just get somebody to get me through the season and then go get my quarterback next year when you should have a plethora to pick from.
But are you going to be at 2?
No, you're not going to be a 2, but you'll have picks from trading Myles Garrett that you could package up that can get you the 2.
Yeah, TLDR, trade Myles Garrett. Get picks, make this an easier rebuild, because that's what this is going to be. How about for the Cincinnati Bengals? Joe Burrow did a similar thing to Myles Garrett, but it was for the benefit of the Bengals organization. We'll tell you what he said and how this whole thing could work, where they bring everybody back next. It's Sports Saturday on The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for 2 things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? TrueHold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. TrueHold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much TrueHold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Hi, Bob Mashuter back with a huge message for 2025. Dick Mashuter Ford is offering the biggest deals in a decade to kick off the new year. How about new Broncos for up to $16,000 off? New F-150s up to $11,000 off and up to $12,000 off the Super Duties. If you resolve to save money this new year, then don't wait and grab your new Ford to kick off an awesome 2025. Dick Mashuter Ford. Close Sundays because it's the right thing to do, but 24/7 at mashuterford.net.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for Affinity Whole Health. I've trusted Affinity for 7 years for their testosterone replacement therapy. Why? Because it's natural for our bodies to gradually lose testosterone over time. This leads to brain fog, fatigue, muscle loss, low sex drive, none of the things you want. If you want to feel like you did in your prime and get your energy back, better mood, higher sex drive, increase muscle mass, then get started for free at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Affinity is local. They're accessible. They ship the treatments right to your door. feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Score big savings during Menards Super Sale. Get ready for game day with a 2-pound tub of braided pretzel twists. On sale for just $5.49. Assorted flavors of Sprecher craft soda in 16-ounce bottles are only $3.99 a 4-pack. Plus, save big on party tableware, chairs, grills, coolers, small appliances, and much more for game day get-togethers. Check the weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals going on now.
Save big money at Menards.
Big game party? Save big with Hothead Burritos Super Online Catering Discount. Bowls, burritos, tacos. Your guests will have a blast creating their own with choices for groups of 10 or more. Plan your menu now for Sunday's game at hotheadburritos.com.
Start Reaction Monday off in style with Bobby and Beam on Morning Juice. They're talking Buckeyes at 6:20, 7:20, and 8:20, and probably all the other minutes in between.
Reaction Monday is sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan.
Only one football game left this season makes me sad. But watching that last game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus makes me very happy. Scotty Vegas, and we're throwing a super watch party for the big game February 9th. Reserve your table at HollywoodColumbus.com. Come early for a live sports betting show at 5. Stay for the game with prizes and prop contests. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 years or older to enter. See you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook for a Super Sunday.
Attention lovebirds. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Diamonds Direct has the gifts to wow your special someone. From dazzling diamonds and trending gold to vibrant gemstones, pearls, even timepieces. With hundreds of stunning styles under $1,000 and an exquisite collection of one-of-a-kind luxury pieces. Make your moment unforgettable. The best selection, value, and service are waiting for you. Make this Valentine's unforgettable with fine jewelry for every budget. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron.
Superheroes! I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Cloudy and cool this morning with temperatures in the upper 20s, rising into the mid-30s this afternoon with a few showers. Freezing rain possible north of US 36 with light icing in our northern communities. Overnight into Sunday, temperatures dipping into the 20s. Then on Sunday, a mix of clouds and sun with highs in the upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Instead of annoying national people talking to you this weekend, we've opted for annoying local people. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Are you going to put any money on the Super Bowl, Tyvis?
Due to the fact that I am a Cleveland Browns employee, I am not allowed to bet on NFL things.
Jacob?
I will probably do a prop. I'm not on wanting to pick a side. I might do the over, just to root for points.
I was about to ask if either of you have looked at odds for the coin toss, heads or tails.
Oh, tails never fails.
Well, that's the phrase people say. But on FanDuel, on a couple of their sports books, I'm looking at this one right here. It's heads minus 102, tails minus 102. And I'm like, well, it is 50-50. But it doesn't make sense. Only one team can win. There are two teams, so...
That's funny.
USA Today says the reason is something called the hold, and it's another way sports books make money besides collecting on losing bets. The hold's essentially what you pay the sports book to accept your bet.
Do they do the Gatorade thing?
They'll do that. We'll get to that.
That's crazy.
So I want to keep climbing down this prop bet list.
But see, I don't like that one because
the coin toss.
No, the
Gatorade.
Yeah, because
Why?
like somebody knows what color the Gatorade is. Oh, like that's I wouldn't bet on that.
Okay.
Like the other stuff is fake. Like the coin toss is fake.
Would you say the anthem singer has ever been incentivized to go over or under that 121 seconds?
Is that illegal? Would that be illegal?
So is telling everybody what the Gatorade color is.
This is sad.
I saw like Massachusetts just allowed before the Super Bowl people to put actual money on the coin toss and like other prop bets like this.
Can Ohio's bettors bet on like the coin toss and the Gatorade?
I think so.
I thought last year it was like they couldn't, or maybe it was a couple.
All right, we'll have to look into that, but I know there are some states that are like, no, you're not putting money on these things. Absolute morons. But if you're ever at a party, there's a chance that at a party you're at tomorrow, someone's got a stopwatch out or their phone. Like I will have my phone out and I will clock the anthem singer. And you'll see it.
You'll clock it.
I'll see it just to see, just honestly for fun. But to the coin toss,
like that's always over. Like I feel like that's over every time.
I have to look at the numbers from past Super Bowls. But heads won the 2024 Super Bowl coin toss. Tails has won the coin toss in 6 of the last 10 years. Tails has won the toss in 52% of all Super Bowls.
Tails never fail.
Now, for the winner of the coin toss, Kansas City won in 2023 and in 2024. If you didn't know, they're going for the three-peat, so they won both of those games. And the team that wins the toss has won the Super Bowl 45% of the time.
Are they considered the away team?
That's a good question.
Who got the better record?
Philadelphia, or KC does. Yeah, 15-2. KC's 15-2. Philadelphia's 14-3. Philadelphia.
So Philly's calling it.
Yeah. Huh. But yeah, Tails has not failed.
I tried to tell you that. That's what they say. No, it's a fact.
That is what they say. And it also could be, it could be somewhat true.
We'll see.
Earlier this week, I saw that Joe Burrow appeared on FS1, their morning show Breakfast Ball, and he was asked if he's willing to restructure to help keep everyone on their team together. He said, of course. And then the follow-up was if he had any faith that Bengals ownership will be willing to spend to get all of the deals done. Quote, I do. We have the cap space to get it done. I want to make it happen. Everyone involved, Trey, T, Jamar, Mike G, we all want to stay together. When you have guys that are motivated like that, I think you can get those things done. Here was Joe Burrow appearing on Up and Adams with Kay Adams yesterday, echoing the same sentiment.
Well, we have me, Jamar, T, Trey, Mike G, we have guys that want to play together. And so, we're going to find a way to make that work. I know our organization wants to make it happen too. Guys want to get paid what they're worth, but at the same time, I know that how important it is to keep great players together. And so, I'm going to do what it takes. I know they will too. And, hopefully the organization does what it takes to keep everybody around.
So he was on First Take saying something similar. I read you the FS1 transcript. Anybody who would talk to Joe Burrow, I'm sure even when he was on the red carpet for the NFL awards, he'd probably yell to a couple people, hey, let's get this done. Let's get these deals done. But he's probably the first person that has to be willing to renegotiate.
You got to get the money back.
Or kick the can down the road.
So you got to get the money back.
A renegotiation does feel like it would have to happen because I don't know how, what the Brown family's sitting on. They're not like the Haslams. They're not like the Krafts. They can't just cut these, $200 million checks on a Tuesday morning.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, if you're going to give Jamar's probably, I would say Jamar's number one. If Joe Burrow is willing to renegotiate, then he flips, and that he's the first negotiation, because if you can restructure Burrow, then that affects what you can give Jamar and what affects what you can offer T. It affects what you can offer Trey.
Wait a minute. Do you think Jamar Chase would take less? He's already
not a single solitary cent less than Justin Jefferson, and he shouldn't.
I mean, it's more now. It's more than Justin.
Oh, the price went up now.
So he's the guy that technically.
I can't believe they did. I can't believe they went into that season without a Jamar Chase deal done.
Technically,
and he hits the Triple Crown.
He is going to be the person that holds everybody back. Because it's not like you know what? I love this organization and I love these guys. Just give me $100 million. That's not what he's going to say. Like,
and he shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. He should not. He shouldn't at all.
Because I'm sure he does love the guys. I'm not sure about the organization. It feels like.
And then if I'm T. Higgins, it's like, okay, you going to offer me, what, 30, 25, 30? Well, Green Bay going to offer me 45.
Yeah, so there is that.
Like, what are we like? It just doesn't make sense. It's just, and then he can say, like, oh, well, I want to play with Joe Burrow. I mean, Jordan Love's a good quarterback.
Well, he's not Joe Burrow.
He's not Joe Burrow. Justin Herbert, not Joe Burrow, but, it's good. He's supposed to be top.
I don't have a good feeling about Justin Herbert.
I'm just saying.
In the coming years, but I get your point.
You can leave there and be like, I got a quarterback that I can at least make plays.
I don't remember a quarterback, though, doing this kind of a media push with a specific list of people and players that he wants to get paid. Now, he was asked, when it started for him to interject into these sorts of contract talks with teammates.
Part of the job of being quarterback of an organization is figuring out ways to make the team better. And you want to be collaborative with the front office to make the team as good as you can. So, I'm taking that to heart. I know, based on conversations that I've had with our players, they want to be here and they want to do what it takes to be here too. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I'm excited about our chances.
What do you think ends up happening with this?
Jamar Chase gets the max. T. Higgins gets signed somewhere else. Trey Hendrickson walks, and they have to figure out through the draft how they're going to get their defense back.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think that seems where this is pointing.
I think a lot of their defensive players have aged. Not the stars. Trey Hendrickson obviously led the league in sacks last year. What's the nickel name? What's his name?
Who?
The nickel. Real good nickel. One of the best nickels in the game. I can't think of his name.
It's escaping me too.
What is that kid's name?
What's the point you're trying to make, though?
Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is you got those two pieces.
Cam Taylor-Britt or Mike Hilton?
Mike Hilton.
Okay.
You got those two pieces, but, like, outside of that, you got to figure other things out. Cam Taylor-Britt was supposed to be a guy that was supposed to take that huge step and be a top corner in this league, and he had moments, but obviously it wasn't consistent enough. So you got to fix the secondary because – my boy Vaughn aged out and he phased out, and then the guys that you drafted It's just that everybody that you drafted hasn't panned. They're going through the same thing that kind of Cleveland did, where you thought you got the offense figured out. It's like, okay, we can outscore people. That defense would lose that first year they went to the championship. He was doing some really good things, and you lost a lot of guys on the defense. You kept losing guys on the defense, but you're like, you know what? Don't worry. We got Joe and this great offense.
It always felt like it came back to that. When they started the season 0-2, and then it took them forever in the past couple of seasons. Yeah, but we got Joe.
Yeah. And I understand that. But like you took all these unnecessary losses and it came back to bite you. And now all you're doing is firing the DC and trying to say like it was the DC's fault, but you still haven't addressed the thing because you can't, because you got to save money to pay the offense. So now you can't pay the defense. So that's the problem. Can't have all these guys on max contracts. That's just the problem.
There's just not enough
money.
pie.
It's not enough money to go around.
We're back in 2 minutes with one team being kind of scared of their fan base. It's Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmeldt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not...
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be me.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros, the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
The New Year's celebration is come and gone, but my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin are still offering those great deals. Rich is sticking with rates starting as low as 0% and leases starting from only $249 a month. Test drive the Prologue, the new all-electric SUV from Honda. And how about the very popular CR-V LX all-wheel drive? A 25 lease is only $349 a month for 36 months with $19.99 down. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Jacob, were you telling me before the show that ESPN had flexed out a major college basketball game today to try to fit in a Lakers Jazz game?
Yes. So Auburn, number 1 Auburn, is hosting number 6 Florida at 4 o'clock later today. And it was
Lakers Pacers.
It was flexed to ESPN2 so that we could get the potential debut of Luka Doncic in a Lakers uniform. And now Luka will not play until Monday.
So that game Monday against the Utah Jazz, the Los Angeles Lakers debut for Luka Doncic. I'm still shocked they made that move last Saturday night.
Yeah, they got to know something we don't. Like, Luka must be like damaged goods or something. It has to be, because that is inexcusable.
We were trying to figure out all week like a comparable trade made in season, and we couldn't.
He's 25.
He's in the prime of his career. He just took them to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
What happened? So
they were sick of his antics.
I think it could be like Lamar being traded to Dallas or something like that.
So we were thinking like Burrow to Dallas.
Yeah,
would be the but there's no comparison because this is unprecedented what the friggin' Lakers just did or what the Mavericks just did, really. And sure, you send them Anthony Davis And AD is going to make his Mavs debut today against the Houston Rockets. They're going to play at 3 o'clock at the American Airlines Center.
Take the over.
It's the first time the Mavericks have been back since that trade.
They're going to get booed.
In Dallas on Thursday beat Boston in Boston. Klay Thompson had like 30 points against the Celtics.
He did.
Even after that game, Klay said, like, I expect boos. He's like, I'll just play what he says. I think it was very measured response by Thompson for what to expect from Mavericks fans this afternoon.
Probably a lot of heartbreak amongst the fans, probably some boos. But as a professional, you got to embrace everything and remember we're paid to play this game and perform at the highest level. So I don't know what to expect. I know Luka was so dear to every Mavs fan's heart, but we just got to win and do it on a consistent basis and give ourselves a chance to win the whole thing. And that, I think, will alleviate all the fans' pain and anger. So it's going to be weird, but that's what we signed up for.
And so here's Allie LaForce. This was the halftime, I think, of that TNT broadcast, talking about Jason Kidd being worried about Mavericks personnel for today.
Kidd told us just moments ago he believes Anthony Davis does have the shoulders to carry this load. One big concern, though, is just the safety of the players, the front office. Going back to Dallas, we hope fans make the wise decision and remember that this is a game and that lives are far more important.
So there have been protests in Dallas, or at least demonstrations around. They have congregated around the American Airlines Center over the past couple of days. They expect more of that today. A GoFundMe to put up billboards criticizing both general manager Nico Harrison and the Adelson family. That is up right now past the $40,000 mark.
My issue with the whole thing is, okay, you traded him. The return is what kills me, because you mean to tell me that De'Aaron Fox is more valuable than Luka Doncic? Are you kidding me?
Mikal Bridges got 5 first-round picks. He's never been an all-star.
I just felt like you didn't get back what you should have gotten for a player of that caliber.
Now, I'd heard from people that this cost Luka about $100 million because he's not now eligible to sign that Supermax. And fine, I don't necessarily think that was a thought at all.
That's crazy when you make that much money. Like, you hear $100 million. Like, this man probably sitting on, what, 300 by now?
Well, I just think even from the organization standpoint, like, yes, that's a lot of money you're going to have to give him, but he's your franchise. Like, he's one.
We got Kyrie.
I just don't understand it from the Mavericks standpoint, unless
put the ball in Kyrie's hands.
Unless there's a more nefarious reason for them getting rid of Luka, for them taking on Anthony Davis when they can eject from him in a couple of years. Like, for me, a Texas state legislator had a very wild conspiracy theory that seems a little bit more plausible by the day, that they're tanking the franchise so they can move this thing to Vegas.
Oh, the Mavericks?
Mm-hmm. It's not Mark Cuban's anymore.
Oh, my goodness.
So we'll see what happens. 3 o'clock today for that game.
The league can just expand at making a team to go to Vegas.
Sure, I guess.
And LeBron's going to own it.
I think if you're the owners of the Dallas Mavericks and you see Vegas as this oasis, you're kind of trying to get in the pole position.
Everybody's so enamored with Vegas.
You've not been?
No.
Okay, well, that could be one of the reasons.
Is it really like that?
But also, it's like the last, it was until the Vegas Golden Knights, the last untapped bastion of professional sport. If you put a team there, there's such a high chance of success.
How's the Raiders doing?
Pretty well. Not on the field, because they just hired Pete Carroll. But I think ticket sales and money generated for that franchise are up.
So the Mavs aren't making money?
They can make more, is what the feeling is. Like, I can't explain this to you.
Greed.
I'm trying to throw stuff at the wall to see what sticks here.
This is what the A's is doing, right?
Because I keep thinking about the Supermax thing, and people were like, well, they didn't want to pay Luka the Supermax. I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to pay Luka Doncic the Supermax? Who cares? Who cares about the money? It's about keeping him as the cornerstone of your franchise, unless you're not interested in the franchise being in Dallas.
Well, I mean, if you're not interested, even if you were interested with it being in Dallas, you sell a lot more tickets with Luka Doncic in Vegas than you do with. Well, I don't think depending on when they leave, Kyrie and Anthony Davis and Klay won't be there.
So it stinks. It really
none of these dudes.
It stinks because the Lakers got Luka in his prime, and
Well, the Lakers is going to make sure they can finally look past LeBron.
Yeah, that's your.
We finally got an answer.
That's your 10-year roadmap.
LeBron,
now.
Whenever you want to leave, we're good.
They just got Luka for nothing. It's incredible. The Cavaliers also got a lot better. DeAndre Hunter is expected to make his debut Monday night. Cleveland's going to host Minnesota at 7 o'clock.
We're going to need him.
As you heard Jacob Reimer in the update, Cavs beat the Wizards 134-124 last night, and the Hunter acquisition was in direct response, I thought, to them losing to the Boston Celtics earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Because Hunter's what you need against Porzingis.
No.
Okay.
No. Everybody's mad at Evan. First of all, this was Evan's first game against Porzingis.
Okay, but doesn't Hunter coming off the bench help?
He'll probably be starting.
Yeah.
Strus is coming off the bench.
Strus will be off the bench.
You can kick rocks if you think Strus is starting over Hunter. That doesn't make sense. But this was Evan's first game. Everybody's like, Evan did really well against Celtics in the playoffs last year. Yeah, Porzingis wasn't there. And then when they played him earlier in this year, Porzingis wasn't there. Like, Porzingis is a different – and he was on a tear. It's not like he ain't been doing this. He's been doing 20 points a game for like the last 6-7 games. So it was the first time Evan got to go up against him. I expect
Who's mad at Evan Mobley for that?
A lot of people.
Cavs played like dog crap against the Celtics, and they still managed to keep it a close game in the fourth quarter. But I saw that as Kobe Altman, and I'll have another piece that they could possibly acquire that I see in a similar vein as Kobe saying, the Celtics are the standard. We've got to get past the standard. DeAndre Hunter helps us now. And that's all. And they're all in. It's
about time.
And I'm all for it.
And I think they're under the luxury tax. What do with this move?
I think this move puts them under it. I do think next season they've got some tax questions, but I'm not concerned about that because we're not in the next season. We're in it now.
It don't start the clock.
So from a Cavs fan's perspective, I'm thrilled. Also, this news just has me chuckling because Ben Simmons finalized a contract buyout with the Brooklyn Nets.
I'll take him.
He met with a couple of teams Friday, Cavaliers and Clippers. Two of them, I think the Houston Rockets are also interested in his services. That's a guy that can help you.
I take him. 6'10",
I would too.
6'10", backup power forward, or maybe even a center. I'd have him in a role where he's picking and roll with the way we run with our big men, with pick and rolls and things like that, motions. He's not a shooter. We all know that. But that man,
you're not going to need him to.
No, we need him to play good defense on anybody from 1 through 4. And he can get rebounds, and he can finish at the cup.
So I'm thrilled with the acquisitions made by the Cavaliers and what could potentially come for this Cleveland organization. We're about a month out from the NHL trade deadline. Could the Jackets do something similar? We'll discuss that next. Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys, it's Timmy Hall. This ain't the little itty-bitty teeny-tiny bowl. This is Super Bowl 59. So get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting that Lombardi trophy, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to go for 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TheFan971. That's code TheFan971 for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings with new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items like pineapples, avocados, navel oranges, and lettuce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
Big game party? Save big with Hothead Burritos Super Online Catering Discount. Bowls, burritos, tacos. Your guests will have a blast creating their own with choices for groups of 10 or more. Plan your menu now for Sunday's game at hotheadburritos.com.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. This February 21st and 22nd, honor the timeless wedding tradition and let Diamond Cellar's Blue Box be a part of your forever. Celebrate wedding weekend with buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special no-interest financing on engagement rings. Find your something blue and so much more at Diamond Cellar. February 21st and 22nd on Selmo Road or at Easton Town Center.
Get it right with help from Right Rug Flooring. Thousands of styles are in stock and ready for next day expert installation. Like carpet starting at $219 a square foot installed with pad. And luxury vinyl starts at only $399 a square foot installed. Unmatched value with 24-month financing available. Visit a showroom or schedule a free in-home estimate today. Get it right with Right Rug Flooring. Your beautiful new floor is right here, right now.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
A.J. Hawk won a national title, a Super Bowl, and a Lombardi Award, but his weekly appearance on Morning Juice Fridays at 8:33 is the real highlight of his career. If he tells you otherwise, he's lying.
Sponsored by FanDuel.
The Fan.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? Truehold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. Truehold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much Truehold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, I've been thinking. About what? About how you invented a way to fix ACs for free.
Get Eco.
ECO. When customers buy a new HVAC system, we give back all the money they paid us to repair their old system. Yeah, I know. Up to $1,500.
Get Eco.
ECO. We're basically extending the life of their old system for free. That's right. Those extra years are free. On me. Don't you think it would be better if we said those extra years are a plus on us? Sure, we can say that if you want. I think it would be better.
Get Eco.
ECO. We don't want people to forget that you have a silent partner. Remind me, how did we become partners? Aaron, we became partners when you let me move into your spare office and I began giving you free advice instead of paying rent.
Get Eco.
ECO. Oh yeah, now I remember. Best deal I ever made. I feel that way too.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
So the NHL's trade deadline is March 7th, maybe about 3 o'clock Eastern time. 2 weeks ago, Tyvis, if you'd have asked me, are the Jackets going to be buyers or sellers, I would have said neither. They're just going to sit on their hands and kind of just let Boone Jenner come back, let other players heal up. Then one of ours got hit in the face with a puck Sunday in Dallas. And I said, all right, maybe see about some acquisitions, because I don't know with this team right now, they can afford to lose anybody else, any other forwards for any period of time. Like Damon Severson comes to mind. It's like, at what point is this Jackets run going to run out of gas?
I don't want it to.
Well, no, of course you don't want it to. So, as I think any somewhat rational fan would expect, you want your team to get better at a trade deadline if you're trying to make a legit run at a playoff berth, something this team hasn't had in a while. And so now the Jackets, after basically stealing a point the other night against the Utah Hockey Club, despite playing like crap, they find themselves one point out of the second wildcard spot in the East that's owned by the Detroit Red Wings. Jackets will see the Red Wings on March 1st
At the Ohio
at
Stadium?
Ohio Stadium. So that Stadium Series game will mean a lot.
You going?
I'm trying to go.
Is that a Saturday?
It's a Saturday at 6 o'clock is the puck drop.
Can we be the pre game?
It would likely be the 3 pre's would be our game for that. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be doing. We'll be on the air. Now, I have petitioned Top Men
Are we going
to be at Ohio Stadium that day.
Okay.
But we'll see if that comes to fruition. I'd like it to. But we'll do a Saturday spectacular. It could be from 9 to noon inside these lovely warm studios.
And you will be here that day.
I think so.
Okay.
I'd like to go to the game, so I'll at least be in Columbus.
I like to put it on record.
I can't. That's the thing. I'm not Andrew Barry. You could quote me on that. Like, maybe. Will I be here tomorrow? I won't be here tomorrow.
Well,
but
nobody.
We're all day to day, Tyvis. You're making these grand plans for March 1st, but March 7th, trade deadline for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Jackets have the Rangers tonight at Nationwide. Puck will drop at 7. We'll have pregame right here on The Fan. JT Miller, the Rangers' newest center, probably not playing for New York as he just he will be playing or likely to play. I'll have to check on that. But I was hoping, because it was JT Miller and Elias Patterson were 2 top men in Vancouver that didn't like each other. And I was like, well, if you're the Blue Jackets, reach out for one of those guys and shore up your top line there. I'm reading that Columbus has spoken with Vancouver about Elias Peterson, but that could be a pipe dream. Now, whatever they do, I just want them to do something at the trade deadline to make this team better. Here was Don Waddell, Jackets general manager, on the Jackets radio network doing a second intermission, I think it was, back on that Thursday night game against Utah, talking about what they would like to do come March 7th.
It's interesting. There's 22 teams watching our team tonight, so I'm trying to wonder why they're all here. But, we'd like to add a little bit right now, especially up front, because we're so banged up. And, we're not going to give up a top pick, for a rental player, that's for sure. But if there's a player that's either got term left or, a player that we think fits into what we're trying to do here that, we can reasonably get for, one of our picks. The nice thing is we have the plethora of picks right now over the next few years. So, that's what we got them for, to try to improve our hockey team. So we're looking at it. We got some games. I think we got 6 or 7 games before the final March 7th trade deadline. So we'll assess it. There's no panic because the way these guys have proved, but we would like to, if possible, add a forward or so.
So after tonight's game against the Rangers, they'll have a couple of weeks off for that 4 Nations face-off. It's taking place of the All-Star game and also taking place of the Olympics. Now, is it un-American for me, Tyvis? Is it un-American for me, Jacob Reimer, to say to Zach Werenski, don't go.
Yes.
Rest for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Why?
Because they want to do it for their country.
So he didn't play earlier on Tuesday in their loss to Buffalo because he was dealing with an upper body injury. But he played like 28, 29 minutes against Utah on Thursday. This team can't afford to lose Zach Werenski.
He's dealing with something right now.
Everybody is. It's hockey. Everybody's got something at this point in the season.
You're true. That's right about that.
If he wants to, of course you let him play if he wants to. But if there's any chance that he'd be like, oh, no, I could take a 2-week break, do it.
2-week break, that sounds nice for the body. But you could lose your groove. Like, what if you...
Well, I don't think there's... I see, that's the with Z, I'm not worried about the groove being lost. He's a veteran player. Mm-hmm. He's a leader of the team.
Well, maybe he will take this time.
No, he's playing. I just don't want him to.
Oh, my goodness. So you telling me if you was in his situation, you wouldn't play?
I'd play.
I know.
You're absolutely right. But like I see, Marchenko get hit in the face with a puck while sitting on the bench, and I go, come on, this team is cursed. And so I just want everybody in bubble wrap for 2 weeks. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, probably, because they're hockey players.
You know what, though? There's a great example of somebody taking some time off and coming back and then having a monster second.
Don't say Michael Jordan.
No.
Oh.
Caitlin Clark.
What's she taking off?
She took off the Olympics.
Oh, she didn't take off.
She wasn't invited. Whatever.
It's a different conversation.
But she came back in the second half of that WNBA season.
That's a good comparison.
She looked like Michael Jeffrey Jordan himself.
Yeah. No, she really picked it up. It's really funny to go back and listen to like Dawn Staley's comments of why she should make the U.S. national team.
I forget what was the comment.
It was
she hasn't earned it yet.
She hasn't earned it. She doesn't think her game's to the point where it needs to be to play at that kind of a level. And it feels like Caitlin Clark said, bet, and went and performed the way she did at the second half of the WNBA season. But Jackets Rangers tonight at 7 o'clock. You'll hear that game on the Fan with pregame coverage starting at 6:30. Look, if the CBJ can just stay within striking distance of one of those two wild card spots, make a move, maybe Elias Peterson at the deadline, or a similar forward that can be a big body. I know people have made fun of him online for not being. It's tough in hockey when you're not punching faces every night. You're not physical enough. It's the insane thing about which we love.
I hope whenever I go to a Jackets game, I can see a fight.
It would be great if your first Jackets game was in the arena you helped win a national championship. The arena of the team you helped win a national championship.
Well, I asked them, and they said that doesn't really count.
What do you mean?
Somebody told me, like, you got to be at Nationwide for it to count, like you went to a Jackets game.
We'll flesh that conversation out next. Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Common Man has spent the past 18 years telling you how much he hates people. And yes, that probably means you, too. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
Bo Bishop here. High Bank Distillery Co. is the most awarded distillery in America at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Stop by your local liquor store to grab a bottle, or the 3 restaurant locations in Gahanna, Grandview, or Westerville. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
The New Year's celebration is come and gone, but my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin are still offering those great deals. Rich is sticking with rates starting as low as 0% and leases starting from only $249 a month. Test drive the Prologue, the new all-electric SUV from Honda. And how about the very popular CR-V LX all-wheel drive? A 25 lease is only $349 a month for 36 months with $19.99 down. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
You imagine it so often, it's almost real. That one dream vacation you know someday you'll take. Then, out of the blue, cancer. And that dream goes off exactly as planned. I would know, kiddo. I'm in the big city with my 2 best girls. Our 4th big trip since I heard the words cancer-free from my doctor at Ohio Health. All right, girls, let's get another ice cream. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Retirement Group. We can help ensure you'll have a reliable income stream in retirement, locking in gains and avoiding downturns in the market. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com. Coughlin has the car for you.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Jacob Reimer. It's the eve of the big game down in New Orleans between the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles. The Chiefs look to make history by completing the three-peat, while the Eagles look for redemption against Kansas City from 2 years ago. To get ready for the game tomorrow is a big slate on the hardwood today, and the Ohio State women's basketball team wraps up their West Coast trip against number 7 USC. Tip-off is at 9 o'clock over on 1460 ESPN Columbus. The Ohio State men's team is in action tomorrow at Nebraska with coverage starting here on the Fan at 1 o'clock and tip-off at 2. Some notable games today in the Big Ten. Oregon is at Michigan State here at noon. Number 1 Auburn hosts number 6 Florida in a big SEC clash at 4 o'clock. And later at 6:30, Cooper Flag and Duke are at Little John Coliseum taking on Clemson. Later tonight, the Blue Jackets look to snap a 3-game losing streak on home ice tonight against the New York Rangers. Coverage can be found right here on the Fan starting at 6:30. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan.
Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Here at Reimer in the update, Jackets are on a 3-game slide. You don't want to make it 4 heading into that Four Nations break. They'll come out of the Four Nations break against the Chicago Blackhawks on the 22nd. You're hearing that could be where they want Boone Jenner to come back. He's missed the entire season with, I'll just use hockey parlance here, an upper body injury.
I'm laughing at. I'm sorry, I was giggling at your Gatorade color. No,
Do you want to do that before we get into your horseshoe Blue Jackets conundrum?
Yes.
Super Bowl 59 tomorrow night in New Orleans. Kickoff there at 6:30. The winning coach. There are props available to bet on what color Gatorade will be dumped on him. Purple has the best odds right now at plus 200. Yellow, lime, or green, plus 210. Orange, plus 500. Blue, plus 650. Red or pink, plus 750. Water or clear, plus 1,000. The last 2 Gatorade colors dumped on Andy Reid were purple, because, the Chiefs are going for the 3-peat tomorrow, if you hadn't heard the news already. And then when the Chiefs lost to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers back in 2021, it was blue was the color there. The year before that, when the Chiefs beat the Niners in 2020, it was orange. So Reed's got orange, purple, purple.
I'm going with orange.
I did too yesterday. I told Bo and Ryan Baker, I said orange is my bet. Because orange, I think...
I like orange, first of all.
I get 2 things. So orange is the best flavor.
Yes.
And is it easier to get out of white? Oh, Andy Reid's going to wear big red. Yeah. So orange isn't going to stain or worry about making a mark.
Orange.
Unless you hit him with the Gatorade cooler, which you shouldn't do.
I think we're due for a lime or a yellow.
Or it could be water. Or clear.
Yeah.
I'm doing water. Come on. Water in the Super Bowl?
Water bad.
Glacier cherry?
Is that what the clear is?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it good? I haven't had a Gatorade in forever.
That's my top 3. That's in my top 3.
Oh, you have Gatorade power rankings for us? All right, let's hear them.
It's orange, Glacier Freeze, then the white one for me.
The white one's the cherry?
Yeah, Glacier cherry.
I think I'd go lime and then Glacier cherry and then purple.
Purple would be grape or purple's Riptide Rush?
Grape.
Grape. You want grape over Riptide Rush?
Yes.
You're insane.
The grape, it's different.
Lime is your favorite?
Yeah, because it's my go-to, like when I'm not feeling well, just to help get some drainage
For some odd reason, I have had this argument since college. There's something about that orange one that just quenches your thirst. Like when you thirsty and you drink that orange one, it hit the spot. Like you feel refreshed.
Isn't that they're saying?
It's the thirst quencher.
No, but like the red one is the worst because you still feel like dehydrated after drinking the red. But if you drink that orange one, I'm telling you, it's something about it that's just like, man, like I feel like fresh.
I'm trying to look at what their slogan is now. I don't think they have one anymore.
It's like have you ever
seen... Because
seen
Gatorade the thirst quencher, but now they're just the lightning logo.
Is it in you?
I don't think they do that one either.
We lost the slogan.
Because now they're trying to pivot to super sports science. Because I remember growing up, it was just like you had it in your lunch and you had it after football practice, and it was just Gatorade. Like you didn't have any of the new flavors. You didn't have the Gatorade Zero. Light, you didn't have the powdered Gator. I mean, you had the powdered Gatorade, but it was just like Kool-Aid.
Gator Light.
And you made a big tub of it, and you had to stir it with a wooden spoon.
Oh, this was a big thing at Ohio State. Like we had, the water ladies who we would test.
Hydration specialists?
Yes, we had to test. Sorry, let me taste this Gatorade before you go put it out there. Like, let me.
What?
Oh, I had that. Like, when they made the Gatorade, the question is, it was always, because, you get it in practice.
Uh-huh.
It was always, you could hit the Gatorade and you would always say, who made this? Who made this Gatorade?
You divas.
No.
Yes. Yes. What do you mean no?
This is a serious thing.
I can tell. I can't believe we're having this conversation. I was just going over a fun, I can't believe you can put money on this prop.
If you hit that Gatorade and it was sweet, it was always who made this, because whoever made this, y'all need to give them the rights to continue to make this. And if it's watery, it's like, don't never let them touch it again.
Nobody, the hydration specialists couldn't redeem themselves?
And it was funny because they were all open to be like, oh, such and such made the Gatorade today, so blame
Especially
them.
if it was bad.
Blame them.
Yeah.
Or I was like, it was a thing. And it was hilarious that they was like, so when game day come around, such and such got to make the Gatorade because it's perfect. Gatorade's a big thing, man. It's a big deal.
No, I know
it's
that.
A big responsibility.
I know it's a big deal. I didn't get that. But purple at plus 200, your best odds for the Gatorade color dumped on the winning Super Bowl coach. Andy Reid looking to have the third year in a row he gets a bucket of Gatorade dumped on his head. You had mentioned that in a conversation with someone who we will remain nameless, accused, because you haven't been to a Blue Jackets game ever.
Correct.
Have you been to a hockey game ever?
I went to support my wife, a kid that my wife babysat when he was in high school.
Okay.
It was but it wasn't the high school game. It was like
You see, like St. Ignatius High School hockey? They play really good hockey up in Northeast. They play great hockey in Central Ohio.
This was in Worcester, so.
Okay.
But anyways, this was like, it was like rec.
Okay.
Rec hockey. Whatever that makes sense.
Like Pee Wee hockey.
Sure.
Okay. So that's the first and only hockey game you've seen?
Correct.
It would be, I think, a really cool thing for your first professional hockey game to be in the Horseshoe for Ohio State and Detroit, or for the Blue Jackets and the Detroit Red Wings.
Ohio State and Detroit. The Red Wings.
The Red Wings and the Blue Jackets.
I've already been a goalie before.
You've already been on the ice in a
goalie uniform.
Very stressful capacity.
Yeah.
Goalie's the toughest job there, I think.
That 5 shot.
You're the GOAT.
That 5 hole.
Always the GOAT.
I can't. I just can't do splits.
That's why they pay them a lot of money. That's why it's
the other stuff I was at,
skating,
go stick,
shooting,
glove, all that. Oh yeah,
that I believe because you're a phenomenal athlete.
But that hitting that split to stop that 5, that's not happening.
So I think it would be almost poetic if you were to be at the Horseshoe for the Jackets and the Red Wings. And I do think it counts as a Blue Jackets game, but someone's telling you it doesn't count as a Blue Jackets game.
Says you got to go to Nationwide.
Don't ever listen to a thing they say.
Well, you got to. I got why they said it. Like you got to experience Nationwide.
You do. I agree with that, but I still think it counts. The idea that it doesn't count for anything is nonsense. And I'm good at nonsense, so I'm an expert, I would say.
When the last time you been to a Jackets game?
It was actually last year at the Cotton Bowl. When Ohio State lost to Missouri in the Cotton Bowl, I was at a Jackets game watching them beat the Maple Leafs, and I had the Cotton Bowl on my phone. If my thinking was, if Ohio State was going to be so unserious about their Cotton Bowl preparation, then I wasn't going to care.
What made you
I had it on my phone.
What made you think they was unserious?
Well, Carson Hinsman stuff, and
so that's when you was like
Kyle McCord going into the portal and them being like,
supporting this.
It wasn't that I wasn't supporting it, but it wasn't. I'm not going to sit at home and watch this. I've got an opportunity to go watch the Blue Jackets, who beat the Maple Leafs.
Reimer, you been to a Jackets game?
I have. They're a ton of fun.
You should go on March 1st.
Really? You been?
Yeah.
What about the Crew?
I went to the Crew before they made the switch, but it's been years since I've been to a game.
That's something you should do as well.
It's on my bucket list.
Because you've been to the stadium with me. We've broadcasted a show.
Yes, we've done
it. And it'll be very interesting because I think the Crew start on like February. Boy, the 22nd is going to be a busy day. And I think it's when the Crew open the season at Lower.com Field.
There's something else going on the 22nd.
The Cincinnati Reds are playing the Cleveland Guardians in spring training.
Exactly.
And that game you'll be able to hear on the Fan.
Look at that.
Because we are now the home of the Reds in Central Ohio.
I ain't changing my hat, though.
That's fine. We'll just put tape over it when we do the Reds pre-game show.
So if they sent us out to spring training, I couldn't wear this hat.
Of course you could.
You think so?
They do spring training at the same place as the Guardians. So I don't think it would matter.
Well, we had this big thing that says home of the Reds, so.
I don't think anybody would care. If it mattered that much, then fine. We could put tape on it.
I put my topics in and just no hat to thing.
Okay. I mean, wouldn't you want to get some sun on your head?
Yeah, when I shave it.
Okay.
Just to even it all out.
That's a big if. I do think, again, I'm trying to as well get us to go out to spring training. But yeah, that'll be at 3:05. Now, I think with our agreement with the Cincinnati Reds, weekday programming on the Fan, like Bishop and Friends, Rothman and Ice, Man and Bone, will never be preempted by a Reds game. That'll be over on ESPN Columbus. But weekend programming, as long as Ohio State, as long as the Columbus Blue Jackets are not playing, then you'll hear Reds baseball. So I also have to check if the 22nd, if Reimer, if you could check for me on the 22nd, what Ohio State and what the Columbus Blue Jackets are doing that day, then I can give a better sense.
Well, the 22nd will be the NCAA tournament.
Of February?
Oh wait, I thought you were saying March.
No.
Sorry.
So the Jackets play the Blackhawks at 7:00 that night. That's the return from the Four Nations face-off. So it'll be some juggling. So I guess I shouldn't say that the Reds and Guardians will be on this station, but they'll be on one of these two stations, either ESPN Columbus or 97.1 The Fan.
I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be fun. It'll be a fun winter into spring. Like this, I know this is your favorite month already.
February?
Yeah.
It's the best month of the year.
When's your birthday?
Next Sunday. 31 years old.
So by then, I'm asking for Ohio State's coaching staff to have everything finalized so we can give that to Tyvis for a gift. As you've got the men in place that will look to repeat.
Well, you know, it could be the
reason. The Ohio State Buckeyes.
It could be the reason that they have to wait until this upcoming week is because maybe they're hiring.
Interview you for a defensive analyst position?
No, because they might be thinking about the Chiefs guy.
So I heard that from 11 Warriors as Joe Cullen and Steelers defensive coordinator Randy Bates, two external names who have been floated as the defensive coordinator spot at Ohio State. Safeties coach Matt Guerrieri, secondary coach Tim Walton also up for that and should be up for that as well. Ryan Day, when he was talking to a gathering of Ohio high school football coaches yesterday, said they hope to have this week and the next week everything officially official. So along with the defensive coordinator, which you could get this week, not guaranteeing that, but I think it's very, very, very good to, or almost certain. It's not a certain, nothing's a certainty in life, but Brian Hartline, offensive coordinator, Billy Fessler, quarterbacks coach, and then Tyler Bowen, the offensive line coach, and he'll be the run game coordinator. Those, my guesses, will be made officially official.
And they should be.
Yeah.
But
I think for all of them.
I feel like the most important one is the DC, though.
I agree.
Like, out of the DC, OC, and line coach, I know, and in hindsight, it's probably the line coach, but that DC position, because worst case scenario, Ryan Day calls plays again next year. They'll be fine offensively. That'd be fine. But that DC,
you have a grace period next season because you won it all this year.
Yes.
And I do think a lot of people are expecting it to be a difficult day for both teams on Saturday, August 30th. Mm-hmm. For Ohio State and Texas, it's probably not going to look like the cleanest game in the world. Like I think there's a chance it could be Clemson, Georgia from this past season. First week of the season, some team might get run out of the building.
Georgia
now,
ran.
You're hoping
it better not.
Then Clemson was able to turn it around, win the ACC, make the college football playoff. Because you've now, with the expanded playoff, you have that sort of grace period. Some good news for the basketball Buckeyes. I'll tell you that next. Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Home values in Columbus are sky high, and you have a ton of equity. Your financial advisor thinks the market has peaked. So if you're thinking about selling, it's time. Except for two things. High interest rates will burn you on a new home loan, and you're not ready to move. Savvy financial advisors suggest Truehold's new Sell and Stay program. It's ingenious because they buy your home now while its value is high, but you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Smart, right? TrueHold will make you a solid cash offer, not a lowball offer like the others. It's based on your home's current value. The cash is yours to travel, pay off bills, or secure your retirement. And again, you can stay in your home with a comfortable lease. TrueHold covers property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. See how much TrueHold will pay for your home today. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the University of Washington at the Shot on February 12th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And everybody's had these pains, these little nicks, these things that you maybe had an injury when you were younger and you thought it went away. And then all of a sudden, as you get old, it starts to creep back. Doing everything, walking up the stairs, doing your favorite activities, golf, skiing, whatever it might be, the summer, the spring, the winter, it hurts. Hey, do not deal with it any longer. The hip, the knee, the shoulder, the back, whatever it is, there's good news. Go to QC Kinetics. They're groundbreaking treatments for that arthritis pain. They're going to make you feel better. The long-term relief, it's now possible. They're right here in Columbus under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. Don't wait. Make the call today. My dad and I did. His knee's starting to feel better. My knee feels better. They've got PRP treatments. They can change your life. I'm telling you right now. So go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus for your free consultation or give them a call at 380-208-4544. It's not going to go away on its own. They've got 2 offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so check them out.
Get ready to make the big game even bigger at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. With 2 massive jumbotrons, over 50 feet of screen, and more than 30 TVs, you won't miss a single play, touchdown, or highlight. Fuel your game with mouthwatering food and bucket specials. Plus, warm up with our pregame cornhole toss for your chance to win big before kickoff. Reserve your table now for the best seat in the house. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Day 1, the hardest day. The day you hear,
this is a type of blood cancer.
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no! Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
ECO. What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO. Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron. Superheroes!
I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
ECO. Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
ECO. Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Attention lovebirds. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Diamonds Direct has the gifts to wow your special someone. From dazzling diamonds and trending gold to vibrant gemstones, pearls, even timepieces. With hundreds of stunning styles under $1,000 and an exquisite collection of one-of-a-kind luxury pieces. Make your moment unforgettable. The best selection, value, and service are waiting for you. Make this Valentine's unforgettable with fine jewelry for every budget. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Big game party? Save big with Hothead Burritos Super Online Catering Discount. Bowls, burritos, tacos. Your guests will have a blast creating their own with choices for groups of 10 or more. Plan your menu now for Sunday's game at hotheadburritos.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers developing this afternoon with freezing rain possible in our northern communities. Temperatures will hold steady in the mid-30s. Then showers taper off this evening, and overnight temperatures will dip into the upper 20s. For Sunday, a mix of clouds and sun and quiet with highs in the upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Yes, you are. I was a wee bit reckless in that last segment, saying that the spring training opener for the Reds and the Guardians will be on 97.1 The Fan on February 22nd. That game plays at 3. The first pitch is 3:05. They're out in Goodyear, Arizona. The Fan and ESPN Columbus are your Central Ohio home for the Reds. But the Jackets have the Blackhawks that night. So that game will be at 7 with pregame coverage, I believe, at 6:30. So I'm not sure exactly at this point how they're going to handle that in terms of they're not going to join in progress. They might dump out of Guardians and Reds early to make way for Jackets pregame. But if they're not on this station, Reds, baseball, they'll be on ESPN Columbus. That's 1460 on the AM dial. And I also look to see that weekend what the Ohio State men's basketball team's doing. They're in Los Angeles. They're going to play UCLA that Sunday the 23rd at 3:45. That's a CBSer, kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Big time.
Big time.
Who they playing?
UCLA. Well, 502 win Mick Cronin, who doesn't need this anymore. And then they've got USC a couple days later. So they're doing that Hollywood trip the last Saturday in February.
Did the women play USC already?
They've got USC tonight.
That's tonight.
That game is at 9 o'clock, I believe. And you can hear that game. Maddie Andrews will have the call over on ESPN Columbus at 8:45.
Should be a really good game.
They fought their asses off against UCLA.
Yeah, it was
Ohio State women's basketball team did earlier in the week.
It was a moment where I thought they could do this. It was in the third quarter. I think they cut it to Cody started to go off in like the third. She started cooking, and then it kind of UCLA just they got that big woman, that big girl, man, and it's just you can't.
She's 6'7".
I know. It's like I was sitting there like, I mean, it ain't too much you can really do with that.
No, there's nothing. I mean, there's almost nothing. But that's not it. That's a good loss. You don't ever want to say that, but
yeah, we got it. We.
So you hear, again, Ohio State, USC. I'm trying to see. So Ohio State's ranked 8th. USC is ranked 7th with Juju Watkins. Yeah, that game is at 9 o'clock. It's also be on Fox. But Maddie Andrews will be in your ear holes starting at 8:45. But for the men's basketball team, I have been known to call games must win when a lot of times they haven't been. But I thought going...
You overreact.
A lot. Yes, valid. I thought that game against Maryland the other night, I thought Thursday night, Schottenstein Center,
they
gotta win that game.
And it started bad.
Oh, boy.
It started like the first time they played.
Yeah. We're down like 50-17 at the half the first time.
That one
played in
was
College
wild.
Park.
That one was wild.
But when it's like 31-17 or something, 31-17, I think, Maryland, and you're halfway through the first half, and not this again.
We can't make a shot.
You couldn't make a damn shot. But here was the thing, is you go into half at 41-32, and then you come out and you fight in the second.
Yeah.
You play better defense. They're missing shots. Bruce Thornton really starts to heat it up.
Yes, he does.
But the crowd at the Schottenstein Center, like that place stinks.
Everybody says that.
But it was so cool to see everybody rally behind that team and the team respond in kind. And you had Bruce Thornton take the lead with a 3, assisted by Junie Mobley with about 2 minutes left to go. And then Bruce calls bank with 7 ticks remaining.
Oh, he didn't call game?
We called bank. It was technically game.
I guess it's 7 seconds or something like that.
The 7 second. What do you call game, right? Game is
at the buzzer.
It felt like game, but you had 7 seconds left. So you kind of, I don't know, Jacob, how you felt, or Tyvis, how you felt watching that, but you see the shot go in, and it felt like they were going to get the win. But, of course, in the back of my head, I'm like, there's still a little time.
They should have fouled up 3, like, right on the inbound.
I always love social media when that happens.
Do that.
Because that's the conversation. You're up 3, do you foul?
Hate that. Like, it really bothers. Like,
argument as old as time.
I understand why you do it. But like, I hate that.
I do too, because I want the craziness of a last second shot to force overtime or something like that. But it is the right play.
It is.
It's the right play.
I trust the defense. I trust my guy to defend. Like, worst case scenario, we're gonna go into overtime.
But then we've lost momentum because Maryland just hit a big shot.
Oh man, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not fouling nobody. We're going to play this thing out. I'm not doing it.
Well, the Buckeyes will be in Lincoln taking on Nebraska tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll have fan pregame coverage. I think Timmy Hall will be in to warm you gently at 1 p.m. for the basketball Buckeyes. 6-6 in Big Ten play, so the game against the Huskers tomorrow, their chance to go one game above 500 and touch Illinois and Maryland in the conference standings. Now, for this basketball Buckeyes squad, you always, I know Jacob Reimer every day is checking bracketology, but the most recent one I saw by Mike DeCourcy of the Sporting News and of Fox College Basketball was Ohio State solidly in as a 10 seed out west. They would play Creighton in the first round in that 7-10 matchup. And I haven't seen a lick of Jayhawks basketball this season. So Jacob Reimer, is Creighton any good?
Yeah, they've won 9 in a row.
That's good.
And they have one of the best bigs in the country. Probably both two ways.
So
offensively and defensively.
So the worst thing for us, our kryptonite.
You can get Yegovin ready to go.
Against Providence on Wednesday night, he had 35 and 12.
I don't want to go against
Aaron Bradshaw missed the game against Maryland. He was sick. The bug going around that it feels like this time of the year it hits everybody. They're hoping maybe they can have him back for that Nebraska game. I haven't seen anything about Bradshaw, but we'll keep you abreast if anything does update us. Creighton, big. Auburn, big. Illinois, big. You're seeing the theme. I'm seeing the theme.
Maryland's big too.
Maryland was
big.
They
hung on.
But they hung on for that. And there's still a long way to go before a potential 7-10 matchup in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Basketball Buckeyes, that felt like had they not won that game against Maryland, then you're looking at 2 losses, and if things were to start to fall off the wagon, like they have in past seasons. I know they made it through January, I think 500 for the first time in like forever.
I know. Ohio State's basketball team is one of those scary teams because at any given night they can beat you, And I think what they realize is for a long time, I was like, maybe they just don't have the guys. Maybe they just don't have the talent there. But they've had some of their younger guys step up, and these guys have ironed out a role. I thought the biggest thing about them still is in the paint, but they got to be able to win the rebound battle. And I know that they're undersized, even though Aaron Bradshaw's 7'1", for some odd reason, he doesn't grab a lot of rebounds. And you think about this Maryland game, Devin Royal had 11 rebounds. You had Micah Paris had like 6. You got all these guys that's contributing to the boards. And I think when you see the games that they lose, they get dominated on the boards. So to me, has to be their focal point, because I think Bruce is good enough to win he can have a big game. Devin Royal can have a big game. Junie at any moment can get hot and start hitting shots. So they got guys that will scare a lot of teams. They just got to continue to do the fundamental thing and getting boards.
Devin Royal had 11. And so they're going to be big, but not traditionally big like what you're looking at with Creighton.
No.
And that'll be a problem.
Yes, it will.
But I think there's enough for this team to make it.
They got to run a 2-3 zone or a 1-3-1.
But you got to make sure you're boxing out in that.
You better make it.
You don't think you're getting Michi Johnson back, so this is now Junie Mobley's time to
Seems like Michi might
really grow.
Seems like does he have eligibility after this year?
I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I'm just waiting. I'm not going and looking for Michi Johnson updates.
No, me either.
I'm just somebody will Adam Jardy. I'll trust when he reports it. Then you'll have something. You won't have anything before then.
He's in the portal.
I don't think he has any. So I don't expect him to be at any help to this basketball Buckeye squad this season.
Yeah, no.
I think through the chaos of that, Jake Diebler has acquitted himself very nicely. It's always going to be, for me, interesting the parallel paths that Dusty May and Jake Diebler will be on because both were available for Ohio State.
Dusty May
went to Michigan, and they're back in the top 25.
They're probably going to lose today.
You will see Michigan in Columbus on February 16th. That's a 1:00 on CBS as well.
I'm rolling with Mike Woodson today.
Does he not? What does he want to? You know what? Save the Mike Woodson discussion for 2 minutes. Sports Saturday on the Fan.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Tri-State Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
News, opinions, and insight all before breakfast. Rise and shine with Morning Juice.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Outside of their lone meeting back in January, I haven't paid a single solitary second of attention to Indiana basketball, but Mike Woodson's stepping down?
Yes, after this year. Him and Indiana decided to part ways after the year.
Oh, so they told him PYS, or we'll do it for you.
Yes.
Okay. Hoosiers are 14-9, 5-7 Big Ten play. Tyvus predicts them to get the big win against number 24 Michigan today at 1:00. Ooh,
Book it.
CBS.
Book it.
Okay. I'll hold you to it. I won't. I won't pay any attention to this game.
Take it to the bank.
Sure.
I don't know. I actually don't know nothing about neither one of the teams. Actually, Dusty May probably going to come at Indiana with everything because I really feel like he wanted to be the head coach of Indiana.
That's his alma mater.
Exactly. So, but he couldn't wait a year. He knew that this Mike Woodson thing was going to come to him. He just needed to wait another year.
But if you're Dusty May in that spot, you have to strike while the iron's hot.
I don't disagree.
You know, so few of these coaches in any situation in college get to kind of write their own ticket. I mean, like Ryan Day gets to write his, and you kind of see the decision he made in signing that extension with Ohio State. But everybody else is kind of at the mercy of the universe.
Yeah.
And if Dusty May's available for Ohio State or what turned out to be Michigan, like you can't wait at FAU.
Did we interview him? Or did we just...
That's a good question.
Did we interview anybody?
That's a good question.
We did the same thing with the football team.
I don't know if any official interviews were done.
Same thing happened with Ryan Day. He just kind of took it over and they didn't interview anybody.
Well, you had the head guy who, I think, you had Urban, who Ohio State, I think, wanted to make sure he was good with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to him and said, who should it be? And he said, it should be Ryan. Therefore, it was. A little bit different with the basketball thing.
I'd say
in most situations, I would advocate for the national coaching search.
Did Chris Holtman say give it to Jake Diebler on his way out?
I don't know if Chris was asked much.
How is DePaul doing?
That's a very good question. But I think for Holtman, it was very much it's time.
PYS.
Boxes will be provided. You just have to fill them. And you don't get a say. Urban was granted the say, but Urban also won the national championship. That is the difference here, right? Dusty May never won the national championship at FAU, but they got close.
They got real close.
So while if he had stayed, maybe Indiana would be his, but he, I think, struck while the iron was hottest.
And what's the Wolverines' record right now? Let me look.
Michigan's right now 9-2 in conference play, 17-5 overall. Both Michigan and Michigan State are a game back of Purdue. And that's where I look at this Ohio State team, and it frustrates me when they get off to slow starts like they did the other night at Maryland. Now, they were able to close that thing out and get the win thanks to Bruce Horton calling bank. But I know they're good because they went to Mackey Arena and they beat Purdue. Yeah. I know they're good. That's the
talking about Ohio State.
Ohio State men's basketball team 126.
They beat Texas, they beat Kentucky, they beat Purdue, they beat Maryland. So like I said, they can do it. It's just a night in, night out basis is where you get kind of worried.
Like here's how basic Eric's Are You Good flowchart is. And this is why a lot of seasons I lament the fact that Ohio State's not playing at Purdue. Are you a good team? Did you beat Purdue at Purdue? Yes. That's the simple flowchart. I think for most college basketball teams, to be honest.
Beat Purdue
Did you win at Mackey Arena? I think that's the best atmosphere in the Big Ten. I think it's one of the best atmospheres in the country. Did you win there? You're good to go.
Michigan did not.
Send him to. I'll kick him in the Spartan pit.
After Ohio State went into Mackey Arena and got the win, Purdue rolled them.
All right, so like you said today, Auburn and...
yeah, they did. And then Indiana lost by 5 to Purdue.
So what time does Auburn play today?
4 o'clock.
All right, so they're a 4 o'clocker, and the number 1 team in the country is hosting number 6 Florida. Now, if you didn't hear this earlier in the show, Jacob Reimer informed us that game between the Gators and Tigers was supposed to be on ESPN, but the worldwide leader wanted to flex in Lakers-Pacers, thinking that was going to be Luka's debut. Well, he didn't.
So we'll just be watching him sit on the bench.
Watching him sit. A lot of camera shots to Luka.
LeBron's fresh off a 40-point game.
I'm not saying it will be entertaining for Lakers fans, but nobody's
Steph and LeBron.
Nobody's going to give a single hoot.
You think he gets up for the Indiana Pacers? He gets up for Steph.
Tyrese Halliburton is a good player.
Not Steph.
Pascal
Not
Siakam.
Steph and Draymond. And
they got to have an answer for Pascal Siakam.
It was the first time that's ever been uttered on these airwaves. You got to have an answer for Pascal Siakam.
Miles Turner.
Similar.
They got the new guy, Mark Williams, get to see him out there.
I do wonder if, because of this run Ohio State went on, if we're a little footballed out. And I think, because our teams aren't involved, the Bengals are out, the Browns, they're just not involved in Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Because, again, we go back to it. We'll watch. We'll pay attention to all of that. Some money will be placed on prop bets. But for the Eagles going for the three-peat, for the Chiefs going for the three-peat, the Eagles looking to play spoiler, that's cool. But I'm not going to feel one way or the other about who wins tomorrow night.
No, but if it was the Browns, I'd have to work.
I'd already be drinking.
I'd have to work.
Yeah.
So.
Would you be there? Would you go to... Would they send you? They might not send you to New Orleans. Yeah,
they should
for a franchise that's owned by billionaires.
If I tell you what, if the Browns
they love spending money on the wrong.
If
thing.
the Browns make it to the Super Bowl, they should send everybody that's a part of the staff that gets a paycheck to the Super Bowl.
I agree,
but you
got to make the Super Bowl. You got to make the playoffs first. Can we just do that?
The crazy thing is, as we sit here today, February 8th, it seems so far fetched, doesn't it?
What does?
The Browns in the Super Bowl.
They're light years away. They're light years away. But I'm wondering.
But if they hit on a quarterback, it changes everything.
So I do think I'm leaning towards them picking a quarterback at 2 because I think you just got to keep swinging at it.
I take one in the second round because they're not going to be.
If
these guys aren't going to be good anyways.
It's so funny how this show always goes back to the damn Browns.
You're going to pick one.
I would pick 2. I would pick 2 quarterbacks in this draft.
Okay, take one in the second and take one in the 5th.
Or take no one at 2.
You take a Shedeur
I would love to have Shedeur Sanders.
Wrist up?
What does that mean?
That's his thing,
No.
He put his watch up. Like every time he scored.
I always thought that meant watch this.
No, he had like a, I think he had like a, what do you have, Breitling on or something?
I don't know. What are you asking me for? I got an Apple Watch.
With the watch up on him. Every time he scored, he throw the watch up.
I never used to be a watch guy until I got my Apple Watch. It just like tracks everything.
I'm gonna wear this Apple Watch until I get a Rolex.
See, I wouldn't have.
And a Rolex isn't a watch.
Offer me the Rolex.
It's a timepiece.
Not a watch, right? It's not for function. It's for flash.
It's a timepiece.
I love the watch because it's a function. I can check the weather. I can check the time. I can check the heartbeat.
That's the difference between a watch and a timepiece. This is a time. I'm talking about a Rolex is a timepiece.
All right. I don't know anything about.
And a
this
Rolex
thing.
do things. You can have like games on it and stuff.
You can have games on a Rolex?
I don't know. I'm sure there's something.
Now, the conversation
you can have like a stopwatch.
The conversation about the Browns to be had would: do you trust this front office and you trust this coaching staff to develop Shedeur Sanders into an NFL quarterback?
I trust Tommy Rees. And
didn't he want Jalen Milroe benched at Alabama? Or am I just taking crazy pills here? Because I'm hearing that they have a great relationship. And I'm like, okay, but I'm pretty sure he wanted Milroe benched. Saban said, bleep that, go away.
I say if the Browns, if these quarterbacks all stink, I'd take Jalen Milroe and it'd be fun. At least at the season, it'd be fun.
Would Will Howard do it for you in the third round?
Sure. But
no, it doesn't. Excitement from that. Okay.
But
you think Jackson Dart?
I take him.
Okay.
Jalen Milroe will be fun, though. To see somebody running around and he'd break a line.
Are we here to have fun or are we here to be?
This season, yes. Yes, we are.
Right.
We're going to make it entertaining because we're not going to be that good. So, yeah.
That's for sure.
At least give me something to be. Oh, look at that. Look at that good play. Like, that'd be
You
nice.
got that with Jameis Winston.
It'd be nice to say those things.
Jameis Winston's been one of the highlights of Super Bowl week is he's taken cameras and anybody that'll talk to him.
He's trying to go to the Giants, ain't he?
Saying that he still thinks he's one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the world.
He giveth and he taketh.
Oh, well, the Lord might delivereth. Those pick sixes in this offseason.
He's delivered of the pick sixes for sure.
I have said, as long as I've been here, and we're going on 4.5 years at the Fan, that you should always show your work. That you should always, whenever you have a vote, or you have a ballot, you should always show it. You should always say, here's what I did, here's what I voted, here's why I did that.
You want to know who voted for Baker?
I don't care about that one. But
who put
the MVP is something I'm interested in discussing with you next at Sports Saturday on The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Only one football game left this season makes me sad. But watching that last game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus makes me very happy. Scotty Vegas, and we're throwing a super watch party for the big game February 9th. Reserve your table at HollywoodColumbus.com. Come early for a live sports betting show at 5. Stay for the game with prizes and prop contests. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 years or older to enter. See you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook for a Super Sunday.
Get Eco.
Aaron, I've been thinking.
About what?
About how you invented a way to fix ACs for free.
Get Eco.
When customers buy a new HVAC system, we give back all the money they paid us to repair their old system.
Yeah, I know. Up to $1,500.
Get Eco.
We're basically extending the life of their old system for free.
That's right. Those extra years are free on me.
Don't you think it would be better if we said those extra years are a plus on us?
Sure, we can say that if you want.
I think it would be better.
Get Eco.
We don't want people to forget that you have a silent partner.
Remind me, how did we become partners?
Aaron, we became partners when you let me move into your spare office and I began giving you free advice instead of paying rent.
Get Eco.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Best deal I ever made.
I feel that way too.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings on hundreds of items every time you shop. With new low prices, deals for days, weekly sales, and My Perks at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit GiantEagle.com for details.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and yes, I have a new update for you. I know you're thinking one of these weeks I'll put up a goose egg, But not yet, not with Awaken 180. Another 4.8 pounds down last week with Awaken 180. And if you're following along, it's sure fun for me. 42 pounds in just 8 weeks. Let's put weight aside. I've stopped snoring thanks to Awaken 180. And what does that mean? Happy wife, happy life. Plus, bonus, I wake up feeling great because I'm actually sleeping through the night. Energy levels high, less pain in my knees, and now I'm able to play at the little gym with Willie and throw him up and down and watch him be a crazy man. I know most of these messages talk about how much weight I'm losing, but it's more about what losing weight is making me win in every other area of my life. For the big game this weekend, I'm pumped. Wings, meatballs, adult beverages, everything's still on the table while losing weight with Awaken 180. Let them show you how easy it is and give Awaken 180 a call. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com.
Coughlin has the car for you. Save big money on Menard's great selection of automotive products. Goodyear Reveal wiper blades have an all-metal frame for added durability. Their blades feature a precision-cut wiping element to ensure your windshield is streak-free. Plus, they're easy to install using a pre-attached universal adapter that fits most vehicles. Pick up Goodyear wiper blades on sale now through February 9th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for great deals happening this week. Save big money at Menards.
Big game party? Save big with Hothead Burritos super online catering discount. Bowls, burritos, tacos. Your guests will have a blast creating their own with choices for groups of 10 or more. Plan your menu now for Sunday's game at hotheadburritos.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. The best time of the year for football is finally here. The big game has arrived, and fans are excited to see you'll be hoisting the trophy in New Orleans. You can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Check out their big game giveaway promo for your chance at $1 million in prizes. 25 winners will walk away with $10K in cash. 7,500 winners will get $100 in bonus bets. No deposit or bet required. Opt in today in the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Come cheer on the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team as they take on the University of Washington at the Shot on February 12th. Don't miss out on themed games, unforgettable fan experiences, and the ultimate Buckeye traditions. Buy your tickets and gear up for game day at ohiostatebuckeyes.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean we shut up. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
So to give you guys a sense of kind of how my small brain works, I put together a show sheet in the morning. Tyvis, I have it to you by about like 8:45-ish.
Sure.
We go on the air at 9 o'clock. How many pages would you say the show sheet is?
Today?
The prep that I put in front of you.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages.
So it's 8 pages. How much of that do you think we've gotten to in this show?
I'd say
put in like page, like how many pages of that do you think we've actually done?
5.
When I went to print it off, and I got one for Jacob Reimers, do you think that's similar? Like,
yeah,
I do. There's a bunch of prep done, and like we're all over the place for 3 hours, so we're lucky to get 4 or 5 pages out of it. But I'm a crazy person.
I love it, though.
I say that to say that when I collected them off the printer, someone had printed out NFL teams that have not won a Super Bowl. And it wasn't the show sheet for Fan Sports Saturday. It was that staring at me in the face. And it says 12 teams have not won a Super Bowl. Houston Texans, 0 appearances. Jacksonville Jaguars, 0 appearances. Cleveland Browns, 0 appearances. Detroit Lions, 0 appearances. Of those 4 teams, I ask the two of you. 1, how dare you, whoever printed this? How dare you? 2, of the 4 teams that I just mentioned, who's got the biggest, who's the best shot to end that?
So it was Jackson.
40 years of futility.
You said it's the Lions, Jaguars,
Texans,
Browns,
Jags, Browns, Lions. There are other teams, but I'm just going to go off the 4 before I have an aneurysm.
Okay, the Lions and the Texans are the closest.
Yeah, 59 of these Super Bowls, and those 4 teams have combined for 0 appearances.
I say the Lions and Texans are the closest. However, I would say if I was a betting man, I would pick the Texans.
I would too.
Over the Lions.
I think the Lions I think reality has struck Detroit.
Yeah, we don't know how they'll respond without Ben Johnson.
It's so hard to get to this thing.
And Aaron Glenn.
Right.
Yeah.
They lost their coordinators. They dealt with a ton of injuries last season. That window might have opened and shut for Detroit before we can bat an eyelash.
And you got to figure out if Jared Goff can actually win it. He's gotten there before. Can he actually win?
Well, we can all safely say the Browns are a decade out of this thing.
The Browns have some soul searching to do.
Putting it mildly.
I mean, the difference between out of all the 4 you just named, the Browns are the only ones without a quote unquote franchise quarterback.
Yeah, they swung at that. And a miss.
Yeah. Well.
Bengals are on the list of teams that have not won a Super Bowl. They got 3 appearances, and it's going to look different than what Joe Burrow wants it to look like. But as long as you have 9, I think you are fine to be competitive. But to get to that, just to get above it, like you're always going against Mahomes. So if you have a quarterback that's on par or a little bit not there with Mahomes, you'd better have everywhere else. And that's where I look to the Eagles and I say, they've got it everywhere else. Good, as good, if not better than the Chiefs, but the Chiefs have 15.
Well, they're...
And the officials.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I would say the last time that they performed on this stage, both teams, I'd argue Jalen Hurts had the better performance. 1 fumble, just 1 fumble.
And that's the margin, though.
Messed up
That is the razor-thin margin you are walking on in a game like that against these kinds of teams.
1 fumble.
1 fumble. Because you're right. He was better than Patrick Mahomes. But it didn't matter because Patrick Mahomes ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that kind
of left to do.
You win the whole effing thing. And for both teams, it's so funny to hear who needs this more. Or who's got more pressure to win this? I don't. It's the Super Bowl.
Well, both teams.
They both have
one in
all of the pressure. Both of those teams want it as much as anybody. Like there is. I don't think you can fairly have that conversation because this is the biggest game in sport.
It seems like to me, Jason Kelce was holding them back.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, they got rid of Jason Kelce, and now here they are. When they had him as their center, no, they couldn't get it done. But now...
Just saying, he retires, and here they are.
You say that in jest, but the addition the Philadelphia Eagles made, I think, is an X factor here. Because at any point, it was so funny watching Giants fans cry over what the Eagles have done in the playoffs. Because it's like, other than like two plays, what did Saquon Barkley do? I'm like, those 2 plays, that's it. It's all that matters.
Wait, what?
Just coping. It's a coping thing, right?
Outside of those 2
plays, I mean, what else did he do?
Oh my goodness!
Like they took the touchdown. They took the yards from those 2 plays, and they boiled it down to like 4 carries for 60 yards.
No, I don't want them to win for sure.
You want the Eagles to win because that's what I was going to get to next.
I was going to say I
do too.
I got hurdled by a Super Bowl champion.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
Saquon jumped over you, although not backwards.
No, I didn't get the worst one.
You don't feel bad about being hurdled by Saquon, do you? I mean, the moment your pride's a little bruised.
First of all,
but he's an all-world athlete.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. If somebody came to me and said this, unless it's Shaq or Yao Ming or Victor Wembanyama, he gonna hurdle you too.
Who DeAndre Hunter posterized last weekend.
He would hurdle you too. So what are you talking about?
Wemby, I forget who he blocked last night, but he was standing. He did not need to jump to block an NBA shot.
They said that he did a professional athlete how dads do their kids in the driveway.
SWAT.
Just get out of here. Didn't even jump. Get out.
It's incredible. But I look to what the Eagles and to what the Chiefs, what they have accomplished up to this point is incredible. The winning that both teams have done.
Yeah.
And for Philadelphia and what they turned around last season. Because they were 10-1 and then the wheels fell off that organization and they wanted Nick Sirianni to be fired. And I find it incredible that they were able to get the right people in place to where Nick Sirianni kind of just be the CEO.
Let me ask you about Sirianni. Do you think he will cry over the national anthem?
Boy, you think he's thought about it for the past 2 years?
He was just bawling.
Like, do you think that he does strike me as someone who hears everything said about him? And so I wonder if he'll try to keep it composed. Because he's like, don't look soft.
Isn't he the guy that
What's wrong with crying for the national anthem? Honestly,
he attacked fans after.
Oh, he maybe yelled at them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out.
But he said that he was agreeing with them. It was just boisterous agreement because the fans wanted him to run the ball, and he said, "Look, we ran the ball. What more do you want?"
No, his quarterback. They wanted his quarterback to throw, and he went out there. Is that what y'all wanted? So yes, they have rabbit ears over there.
And then I look to the other side, and there's Andy Reid, right? And just the guy that could never get it done in Philadelphia is now the guy that's getting it done in Kansas City, going to get it done against Philadelphia. Like that's just a cool thing to think about, and I think have that conversation about both head coaches and just kind of the track that they've been on.
I think the Chiefs are gonna run out of gas. I think they've played too many close games for it to not end up on the opposite end of it at some point. That's just my part.
I hope, but I don't think.
I did.
I think there's still gas in that engine, and I think
the good news is
they do get the three-peat.
The good news is
can't believe I'm saying that.
We are just a day away.
Well, a little bit more than that. Because it's 6:30 tomorrow is when the ball is supposed to kick at the Caesars Superdome. We're going to have that game for you on The Fan, I can say with 100% certainty. With pregame coverage starting at 6 o'clock. Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas are going to do a special big game edition of On the Money from 5 to 6. I don't know if 5 o'clock will be the exact time they join because Ohio State's playing at Nebraska tomorrow at 2. Timmy Hall will have your warm-up show at 1 o'clock here. So whenever Ohio State's done, I would assume Scotty and Dave Biddle will have your On the Money big game special. But the boys will also be on tomorrow at 9, from 9 to 11 on the Money, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas. Then the Fans call-in show at 11 to noon with Baker and Scotty Vegas. So if you've got any hot Eli Manning Hall of Fame takes, send it there, 821-9710, Baker and Scotty Vegas.
He doesn't deserve to be
talk to that. We're not having that conversation on here. You have the conversation on the call-in show tomorrow. You can call in and yell about that.
He don't deserve to be.
Fine. But after the call-in show, Fan Sports Sunday for an hour, 12 to 1, and then 1 o'clock, the warm-up show for Ohio State and Nebraska. So a very busy sports day here on The Fan, a very busy sports day here in the country, very busy sports week, I think, coming up in Columbus.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not...
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all.
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be me.
No doubt about it, Columbus loves Apex Pros, the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Mark your calendars for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, February 21st and 22nd. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. Wedding Weekend is back with incredible offers you won't want to miss. Join us for buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special no-interest financing on engagement rings. We've had the guaranteed best price for over 78 years. So choose a jeweler you can trust and come see us February 21st and 22nd at Diamond